What is up, all of you adventure seekers and lovers of the Colorado lifestyle? I'm sure you thought about moving to the Mile High City, but maybe you just don't know what it's like for the cost of living. Well, buckle up because I'm about to take you on a wild ride through Denver's cost of living and everything about it. I've helped countless of people find their next home in Denver, whether it's an investment property or their next place to live for their family. And the biggest question that I get is, how much does it cost to live in Denver? So whether you're a skier, a hiker, or someone who just loves craft beer, this video is for you. Get ready to discover the truth of the cost of living here in Denver and why it's worth every penny. So we all know that Denver is a one-of-a-kind place, and it's not just known for the great outdoors. It's very lively, and the people here love the concerts, the events, the professional sports games, and everything in between. And if you're curious about just what it's like living here, definitely check out my video called The 8 Things I Wish I Knew Before Moving to Denver. And with all the cool things happening in Denver, you may have to pay a pretty penny. But the question is, how much? So let's start with the cost of living index. So what exactly is the cost of living index? It measures the cost of living in the particular area compared to the rest of the nation. And so the national average and the national score is 100. Anything below 100 means that it's going to be a little bit more affordable than the average US prices. Anything above 100 means it's less affordable than the national average. And it takes into account like goods, services, housing, transportation, and things like that. So I'm going to break it down into 3 different states. It'll be California, Colorado, and Oklahoma. We all know that the cost of living in California is a little bit higher than the rest of the nation. So with that, the cost of living in California is above the national average. It is the 3rd highest cost of living index in the nation, and it ranks at number 3 with 137.6. The average living wage in California is $21.82. The minimum wage is $14, and the median household income in California is $81,575. Now let's look at Colorado. It still is above the national average, but the cost of living index is only 104.6. The average living wage in Colorado is $19.16 per hour, and the minimum wage is $12.56, and the median household income is $84,950, which I thought is interesting because it's actually higher than California. And just for comparison's sake, we're going to look at Oklahoma, and it's well below the national average for the cost of living. The cost of living actually ranks 49th in the nation, and the cost of living index is 85.8. The average living wage in Oklahoma is $15.75 per hour, while the minimum wage is $7.25. The median household income in Oklahoma is $60,100. You got an affordable housing market, low utility bills, a lot of the groceries is pretty affordable as well, so maybe you want to go to Oklahoma. The thing is that there's nothing to do there. I mean, I see no draw in Oklahoma. No offense to those Oklahomans out there, but I definitely think that Denver is a more attractive city. There's a lot of factors here that can determine whether the cost of living is more affordable or less affordable depending on the category you're talking about. For example, childcare between LA, California, and Denver, Colorado, you're looking at pretty similar prices. For example, for a preschool, for a child to go there for a full day per month, it's approximately $1,400 in both Los Angeles and Denver. And going on to the restaurant experience, it's a lot more affordable in Denver versus Los Angeles. So for example, for 2 people, a 3-course meal around like a mid-range restaurant, you can anticipate around $75 for the couple and about $100 for the couple in Los Angeles. The biggest difference in cost of living is obviously the affordability of real estate. So as far as real estate goes, the 1-bed, 1-bath scenario for an apartment in Los Angeles, it's a lot different than if you were to see a 1-bed, 1-bath in Denver. So in Los Angeles, it's approximately $2,600, and in Denver, it's approximately $1,900. And then looking at a 3-bedroom place in Los Angeles, it's approximately $4,600. Versus Denver, you're looking at around $3,500. So on average, if you were to rent a place in Los Angeles versus Denver, you're looking at approximately a 20 to 25% difference. And a good metric to determine whether a price is a decent price or not is the price per square foot. If you were looking to buy a place right in the center of Los Angeles, it's approximately $880 per square foot. Versus Denver, if you were to live in the city center, if you were to purchase an apartment, it's approximately $450 per square foot. If you were to look at buying an apartment in Los Angeles, outside of the city center, it's approximately $600 per square foot. And then in Denver, it's approximately $333 per square foot. And then of course, moving on to gas prices. As of late April 2023, the average gas price in Los Angeles is approximately $5.10 per gallon. The price per gallon in late April is approximately $3.50. And then that same price per gallon in Oklahoma is $3.30. So to maintain the same standard of living in Denver versus Los Angeles, you would need approximately $6,337 in Denver to compare to $7,100 in Los Angeles, saving you approximately $800 a month. And to be honest with you, I'd rather live in Denver. But comparatively, if you were to look at Oklahoma, Denver is approximately 21% more expensive than Oklahoma. So like I said, there's this sort of happy medium here where you're definitely paying a little bit more than the national average, but you're having a lot more fun and you get a lot more for what you pay for. Compared to the rest of the nation, you have a median home cost in Denver that is 41% more than the national average. I mean, honestly, it's because everyone is moving here to Denver. A lot of competition is heating up, and I'm seeing it a lot with my buyers, especially when we're putting in offers. Competition has never really died down the past couple of years. So let's be fully transparent here. The cost of living index in Colorado is 104.6. However, if you were to look at the cost of living in Denver in specific, it's 127.8. I'm just going to go through a bunch of the categories and just give you a cost of living index for each of these categories and a quick synopsis of it. For example, for food and groceries in Denver, we're looking at 101.9. Even coming out of COVID, I'm still seeing food and groceries to be a little bit higher and raising over time. And like I said earlier, the biggest determinant in the cost of living difference in Denver versus the rest of the nation is housing. Denver is at 184.3, a huge difference to the national average. And so for comparison, the median home cost in Denver right now is approximately $580,000 versus the median home price in the US is approximately $338,000. Moving on to utilities, it's a little bit lower than the national average. We sit at about 96.2 for the cost of living index for utilities. And for me personally, I have solar panels on all of my properties, not just in San Diego, but also in Denver. And we can go on and on about this in a separate video, but just to touch on it, I just love the tax benefits and not being so reliant on a private utility company. These utility companies, like I said, are privatized and they can raise and lower the rates as much as they want. And I know a lot of people say that there's about 300 days of sunshine, which isn't exactly true. I think on average it's about 280 or 270. Pretty similar to San Diego nonetheless. So there's this huge push to get the solar panels out to the public eye and make sure that you're taking full advantage of it. And now let's go on to the transportation category. So this includes car insurance, maintenance, average cost of gas, and the cost of transportation as well, like mass transit, like public transportation. Denver is at about 116.1. And keep in mind that this does not account for registration fees or the cost of the vehicle itself. Now let's move on to the category of healthcare. So the standard daily rates of a typical hospital visit or visit to the doctors or a dental cleaning, you're looking at about 83.9 for Denver, so pretty affordable. And this might account for the strong healthcare presence here in Denver. And finally, I have the last category of miscellaneous. And this includes clothes, restaurants, shopping, and things like that, like just random events or recreational activities. Denver sits at 102.8 in the cost of living index for that. And with more people coming into the city, it really is not a surprise. There's a lot of money coming in from out of state and it drives up the prices, but it makes a better economy for everyone, especially for the city. The last thing I'm going to bring up is taxes. So I myself, I'm not a CPA, and make sure you talk to any sort of tax professional on this, especially if it's for your investment properties or something about cost of living and learning how to write off things. This is merely for your information and for educational purposes only. Things can change in the future. So Colorado has a flat income tax of 4.55%. Colorado has a sales tax rate of 2.9%. Property taxes here in Colorado are about 0.57%. Also, Colorado doesn't have any sort of inheritance tax or estate tax. And I think that's it. Like I said, it's subject to change and there's a lot of differences that go on over time, so make sure you keep up to date with that. And that's about it. This is what it's like to live in Denver and just understand the basic cost of living here. And for me personally, coming from San Diego to Denver, it is a little bit more affordable. However, things are creeping up. It is rising steadily, and I think that attributes to the influx of people coming into Denver and seeing how lively it is and how charming it is. Thanks again for watching, truly appreciate it. I do this for educational purposes and making sure that you're well informed before you move to the Denver area. And for everyone else outside of Colorado, what is your cost of living index? I kind of want to hear about it and see where you stand on it, if it's accurate or do you think it should be a little bit higher? And compared to Colorado, does your state sit higher or lower? And just a reminder, I am a licensed broker here in the Colorado area. If you have any questions or you just want to reach out to me, maybe set up a call or something like that, all of my information is in the description below. I'll see you guys next week and make sure you like and subscribe. See ya.